Let's go pick up my new motor. Welcome to Motor 2.0. This thing is going to be bigger, badder, faster, and more powerful. You guys can already see visually the upgrades that we did. I cannot wait to actually get this started. Just came back from picking up the motor. Not going to do it just quite yet. Again, we have scheduled another day with top-notch performance to go ahead and get this all buttoned up. I finally get to do this a better way here for you guys. More detailed videos on the full entire build on the Coyote. So, well, she is here, ladies and gents. My upgraded Coyote engine from Wayne Built here. I left you guys on a cliffhanger about, I want to say 2 months or so, where we did the first start, and I haven't really given you guys updates ever since then, except for today, which we finally have. It builds like this take a lot of time, take a lot of money, but I promise you it's gonna be worth it because we just passed the 1 year, 1 month mark for this build. Starting in my garage, and let me tell you, we're almost to the finish line, but let me show you what we have here in store right behind me, because she looks beautiful. She looks really good. I want to explain everything that we have done so far, all the upgrades that we've done to this motor, and basically try getting this up as soon as possible. So let me go ahead and introduce you to my new motor. So I don't know if you guys remember my last motor. It's been a while since it's been undressed like this without any other covers, but this is the perfect opportunity to really dive in and show you guys the internals of the motor and see exactly what we've done. So upgrades that you guys see here from MMR, as well as, I don't know if you guys can really tell, but the camshafts. So one thing I really wanted for this car is to be able to chop. With Coyotes, you can't really get that with the dual overhead cam. Yes, it's a mess. We're going to be organizing it today, but the Cobra is chopping, the Corvette will be chopping. I need the Mustang to be chopping as well. So this is a Gen 1 Coyote, if you guys have not already known, but it does have some goodies up its sleeve here to make it a little bit more special than just an ordinary Coyote. So let's go ahead and dive into this to see exactly what we have. All right, guys, let's take a deep look into this car. A lot to digest. I'm gonna explain as much as I possibly can what we have here, just in case you're new to the channel or want an update on the previous build. So right away, let's start off here with the timing chains. I upgraded these timing chains to a stronger chain than the stock Coyote ones. So these chains are not gonna bust like they did on my 2014 GT500, and they go on both heads. Where they lie on is the MMR billet crank sprocket, which lies on the crank and turns the full entire motor. The crank sprocket, as well as the oil pump gears, which I have equipped the MMR billet oil pump gears, are the two most important components to upgrade on a Coyote motor, because those are going to be the first two that shatter and blow up the full entire motor. So I upgraded the oil pump gears as well as the crank sprocket on the Boss 302 crank. So talking about Boss 302, we also have the Boss 302 tensioners, which is also an upgrade from the stock Coyote. So on both sides, we have the Boss 302 tensioners tensioning these upgraded MMR timing chain guides that you guys could see here. Very strong. They are billet. They look beautiful in this red. They are the Gen X version, as you guys could see right there. And now let's get into the biggest upgrade that I did to this motor, which is the cam phaser deletes. This is what I ultimately wanted, and one of the main reasons why I have this motor right now is because of my cams weren't going to chop with the stock phasers that I had equipped on here. So by deleting the phasers and getting the MMR ones, this motor is gonna chop very similar to an LS Chevy motor, where I absolutely love the sound of it. That is one of the things I told Wayne I really wanted, is this motor to chop hard. And you can't really do it with the dual overhead cam, which will make our way to the cams, because of the 4 cams compared to the one that like an LS has. This Coyote has 4, which overrides that aggressive chop. But these things are going to make the motor chop exactly how I wanted. So that's basically the front of the motor. Let's go ahead and talk about the heads, where we did a lot of good upgrades as well. So we do have custom grind cams that from L&M engines. This is one of the key components that I wanted to have equipped on the engine, and this is kind of the secret sauce. I'm not going to tell you guys the exact details because this is also Wayne Built's stage 3 custom grind cam that he has here for his motors, but these cams are supposed to chop very, very hard, and in order for them to chop, we needed to get these lockouts. You have to degree the cam so it can rotate at a specific way for the motor to chop, as well as make a lot of horsepower. So this is not only just for chop, this is also to get the goal of 500 rear horsepower. So this, in combination with the cams, is probably the biggest upgrade that I did here. Super excited for it. I cannot wait for the first fire up on this. So now we're making our way to the top of the head. We have the MMR tensioners here that you guys could see. We also equipped the ARP head studs so that we don't have any blown gaskets, which is a great upgrade if you are thinking about opening up your motor. Get those ARP head studs in there. That is going to be the best investment insurance for your car here. We also have the upgraded springs, as you guys can see here, valves, rocker arms. We did the full surfacing and everything looks good so far on these heads. That's basically all of the upgrades I did to this engine so that this Fastback makes the most power and sounds great. One of the main reasons why I did these upgrades, I have no idea why I'm so addicted to the sound. Ever since I realized I like cars, I always love the sound of a nice cam. So literally all my cars, now that I think about it, have been cammed, and I was not gonna allow this Mustang to not have that cam sound. So let me go ahead and show you the most glorious noise that a car can produce. And I actually did finish the Cobra for you guys were ever wondering. This thing has been dying on me, and let me tell you, this trickle charger that I got off Amazon for like 30 bucks saved my battery. It was so dead it didn't even recognize I had to force charge it. But this thing, let me tell you, is what you need if you have a car that does not start up every single day. So get yourself a trickle charger. Let's go and fire her up. If all my cars do not sound like race cars or the Le Mans startup every time I go ahead and fire them up, I don't want it. I needed a cam in this Mustang. I don't think it's gonna chop this hard, but it's definitely going to be rowdy. That is why I upgraded the Fastback motor to these cam deletes so that we could go ahead and chop all day long. The Cobra, the Corvette, and the Mustang are all gonna be chopping like no other. So that is why I upgraded my motor. The Cobra is up and running. I gotta do an oil change. That will come in the near future, but let me know what kind of content you guys want to see with this car. This thing, I don't know if it's going to chop as hard as that, but it will have some type of chop, and I am so excited for it. So that is an update here on the Coyote. I want to show you guys the current state on the Fastback. It's not pretty, I'm not gonna lie. I do have to clean it up, but let me just explain this full entire mess. All right, so this is how we left it off last. I had to pull out the motor here with Wayne, pretty easy. Just laid everything here, the full entire harness as well as fuel line. I am gonna have to redo some of these fuel lines as well. Brake is still in progress as well because this brake length bolt right here that's equipped is a little bit too long inside there. So we do have to figure out this braking situation. When it comes to the brake assembly here, everything is pretty much all set up, but we don't have this adapter that you guys see right here. So we need to find a way to get this into here. And when that is complete, that's pretty much all it here for the brakes and rotors. It's already all set up, ready to go. It just needs that single adapter. So that's currently where we are with brakes. But these wheel woods, man, they're gonna look so good, especially with the red calipers and the wheels that we have here. And the QA1 suspension is looking really good on this full Rod & Customs front end conversion for Coyote Swap 1968 Mustang. We do have the hydraulic clutch assembled about halfway through or so. That is where the pedal goes, as well as the master cylinder and everything. We just need to get the transmission in here to connect the lower end feed, and then from there The clutch should be all complete. We literally just need that transmission to get back into the car. Now when it comes to fuel, this is the fuel regulator from Aeromotive. We do have everything set up. I am going to redo this because it is a little bit kinked. That's going to be in the next video or so, but the fuel system is basically all set up. It's not tightened up just for the time being while we work all the kinks out, but that is the fuel regulator setup, well, fuel lines that we have when the motor gets inside. All of the lines, the fuel regulator, fuel filter, everything here that we have for E85, which we plan on running. In the new feature, we're gonna start off with 91, which is currently equipped on the Fastback. Now, this is the current condition of the interior here. We have the throttle all set up as well as the clutch, as you can see there. The brake, it's a little bit of a hassle just because it sticks out literally underneath the steering wheel, which is not good at all. It is a mess, but we kind of know where everything goes. So the pedal assembly is coming very shortly, along with the shifter. That's no problem as well. I think the shifter is right here. It's a simple 5-minute easy install. So I'm gonna show you guys the full before of this fiasco that we have of my Fastback, and then we're just going to show you the after and the full entire progress. But this is going to turn into something way better in the next couple of weeks, and I'm trying to do this as fast as possible. And here's the driver's side, just in case you wanted to see it. But yeah, this thing is not in the best condition. Parts everywhere, but again, this thing is going to get into a Coyote swap Fastback very soon, and I plan on doing a lot of cool upgraded interior. I also want a nice sound system, so that's going to be coming in the near future as well. Now when it comes on exhaust on the Fastback, I do have the full axle backs. That's going to be coming in another video, but long tubes with the X-pipe and a special muffler here that you guys are very excited for. I know you guys are going to be excited for because you guys have seen it in my past videos, but this thing is going to be roaring very shortly. That's what we have here for exhaust. Got the motor, check. All of the accessories for the most part, check. We got the clutch flywheel, check. We got the transmission and the bell housing with the drive shaft, check. We got fuel. I do have to fix that one line. That is check. I got the radiator fan cooling. That's check. We need to work on brakes. We need to work on hydraulic clutch. We got the throttle and wiring assembly. So we are literally this close. All of those little mishaps should be worked out within a day or two or so. And then when we get the motor in, S&P plans on coming over here to actually tune the car for startup and our first drive. So these little parts, it's the little things that is causing such a delay that I wish I could expedite, but that's the thing that's hurting me a lot with this full project. The big stuff was not that hard, it's the little things. So this Wednesday, we're gonna get this start for the Fastback to put this new engine into my car. Man, never in a million years did I ever think that this build was gonna be this hard. This is by far, beats the record for the longest time I've been working on something. And trust me, I've been trying to get it out as soon as possible, but just with so many delays, it is what it is. I'm trying to bring you guys the best content as I possibly can. Hopefully this one goes perfect and well throughout the full entire rest of this Fastback that we have here. But comment down below, what do you think about this brand new motor? Thoughts and opinions on the upgrades that we've done here with the Cam Pacer deletes, as well as everything that we have with this motor. I just got done talking with Top Notch as well. We are going to be installing it this Wednesday. We're going to be doing it in different segments, and I'm actually going to be providing better content than I did last. I wish I would have provided you with more in-depth detail. We do have plans on dressing the motor, installing all of the parts, accessories as one, as well as the clutch, which we have the TKX transmission right here, along with the QuickTime bell housing and the Vengeance dual clutch. So we have all of that, and I want to go more into depth, more into detail with this full entire build, since now we have the motor outside. I'm gonna do this all again here for you guys, and then we're gonna fire up. I'm very excited for this build and the Fastback. Progress is coming very, very well so far. This is going to produce the power that we're looking for, the sound that we're looking for, and the performance overall that we're looking here for my Fastback. So stay tuned, subscribe down below, give it a big thumbs up. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. We are going to get this thing out on the road if it means that I have to do whatever it takes to do it, and I am going to do it. The Corvette also is not a priority as much as this Mustang. If I could do anything on this channel out of all three builds, it's gonna be on this Fastback. So stay tuned for more. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out of here.